An inquest is underway in Toronto into the deaths of 3 people gunned down by police. Officers in that city have been under the microscope ever since the controversial killing of a teenager on a streetcar. And while the inquest is not aimed at finding fault, as Mike Drolet reports, it is expected to take a hard look at the use of force.
This was Michael Elegon at his best. On a mild February 2012 day, police found him at his worst, outside, dressed only in a hospital gown and socks after suffering a mental episode. He threatened to kill officers with scissors. He lunged and was shot and killed. The officers involved were cleared of any wrongdoing, but it begs the question, do police have the proper training to deal with mental illness?
No, it's not about finding fault. It's saying, can we do things differently? Can we prevent it? But, we shouldn't go in there thinking that there is a magic cure for all of this.
The inquest will look at 3 cases involving police shooting distressed individuals: Elegon, Rael Jardine Douglas, and Sylvia Klibingaitis. All 3 are unique but share some commonalities: mental illness, sharp objects, and ultimately the police reluctantly shooting them. It promises to be an emotionally charged 8 weeks, with families and lawyers of the victims looking for answers.
In regard to emotional disturbed people, a different procedure has to be adopted by the officers. That's basically my opinion.
It's a sensitive time in Toronto when it comes to police shootings. The inquest starts just 2.5 months after 18-year-old Sammy Ateem was gunned down in a streetcar. He was alone, holding a knife and yelling at police. Constable James Forcillo fired his gun 9 times, hitting Ateem with 8 bullets before calling for him to be tasered. Forcillo has been charged with second-degree murder. His lawyer is watching the inquest closely.
Well, it's hard to say what's going to come out of this case and the evidence that will be called and what we'll hear, but obviously my ears are open in relation to the evidence and how it might relate to that case.
Ultimately, the jury has a tough task: to take 3 cases involving mental illness and make specific recommendations on how police, who in each case had seconds to react, could have acted differently. Mike Drolet, Global News, Toronto.